Do I prefer doing high rank VODs? I mean, generally, yeah. Let's put it this way. I'm kind of indifferent. I'm indifferent. I like doing both, but based off of the, you know, the bell curve, obviously I'm going to get more mid to low rank VODs. I'm going to get higher rank VODs because there's just fewer high rank players. Schnappy plays, thanks for the follow. So getting to do, I like high rank VODs because I don't see them very often. That's generally just how it is. Yeah. But if I had to do high rank VODs every single day, I'd probably get bored of it. For sure. La 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 la. Okay, what's my volume at right now? 40. I can probably turn the game volume up then a little bit. So as usual with high rank VODs, we put a little bit of extra time looking at the compositional choices because that stuff really matters at the high ranks. This is an open division game. Well, you guys are playing Genji? What? They're playing, what is this? I'm sorry, chat. This is an open division game. What? Y'all are wild. No, it's not just the playing Genji. It's just like 4.1k playing Genji, and it's kind of strange. I mean, like, and then this. What is this? Monkey D.Va, Moira Lucio, Reaper Hanzo? What? I mean, I thought Red's comp's not weird. It's just not very common. But blue, man, what? Hanzo Reaper? I'm sorry. What on earth? I'm a coach. Not big place. Sorry. I'm a coach. I used to play. I played. I got to 4.1k and then I quit. Okay. So basically, your job in the dive is to either peel backline, because you do have an Ana and you're not running Moira, so there's definitely a backline to peel occasionally. Or to help your front line, or to pressure when your team goes in. Basically, looking at the enemy team's compositional matchup, your pressure is going to be mostly on peeling your backline, or excuse me, peeling your front line, like enabling your monkey as much as possible. So like when your monkey goes in, maybe flash your matrix a little bit to prevent Hanzo, and then you want basically like full matrix mid-fight on either Reaper or Hanzo. And I probably would prioritize Reaper over Hanzo based off the nature of your composition, which is going in. Now, if you were playing like Spam, you would want to prioritize Hanzo because Reaper's not going to be doing as much, but because you guys are diving into Reaper melee range, Matrix priority needs to be on Reaper. There's nothing else that you really need to eat. Maybe look at Hanzo occasionally, Matrix Reaper as much as you can, and then maybe damage orbs between fights. But it's really just Reaper. Your job is to shut down Reaper and to help your team go in. And that's really all there is to it. You have a relatively simple job right now. Hey. You're a 4.1k Ana player? Well, that's also what I played. I was a 4.1k Ana Zen player. Is Sombra Reaper still meta on most maps? Yes. Although I'm not... I wouldn't say meta. It's most common. Jane was not 37. What are you talking about? Jane's like a year older than I am. He's 0. Oh. And no comments about hair. You guys are harsh. Okay, so your matrix management is rough. We're going to already start off right off the bat with that. So the first thing you need to understand is you can matrix briefly on entry. In other words, the first initial like little burst of damage. And then you want to let your Winston use his bubble. Zap, 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 and then full matrix after the bubble. Because here's the thing. The bubble is great protection. Use the bubble to recharge your matrix, and then once the bubble's down, you can keep going because you literally have 2 seconds of on vulnerability on the actual relevant damage, which is just Reaper and maybe D.Va. Like Moira right-click, Winston zap, we don't care about that. You can't matrix it, doesn't matter. But you can matrix Reaper, and what that does is it allows your team to go in better. Now, what if you matrix now? The monkey bubble is going to break anyway because you're not going to be able to fully matrix a bubble and you're wasting your matrix at the same time. You want to stagger your defensive stuff. It's like using Immortality Field and then using Trance. You don't want to use both at the same time. You can't really matrix a bubble, and you really don't need to matrix your monkey during bubble very much if your monkey's any good. So using both at the same time is an inefficient use of resources. It's like saying, well, hang on, I gotta plug up my laptop. Give me a second. I legit just start stream, and the first thing that happens is my laptop, my second monitor is already dead, so. I'm too poor to have a second monitor, so you guys are gonna have to deal with it. Spilo, my hair, you got a problem with it, kid? I know it's bad. It's morning hair. I got up, I haven't showered. I mean, I haven't done anything, so I didn't need a shower. I showered last night, but it's just there. And for any of you guys that have followed my stream before, like, you know, if I don't shower, like actively like drench my hair just goes and it could be a lot worse. You guys should be thankful. Spilo poor? I'm not poor. I mean, poor is disrespectful to people that are actually poor, but I'm not wealthy. Let's put it that way. Poor gets overused a lot. I have a house and I have food and it is warm or cold depending on, you know, what time, like what I want it to be, and I have enough money to visit my parents occasionally. So I'm not poor. Yeah, so like right now we're full matrixing. You know what, actually, you know what? I take this back. Let me actually look at this. This is gonna be a little bit tedious at the start, chat, but it is very important that we look and get a good read on this. Okay, so my concern is this, and this is a conversation if you're with an OD team that you want to be utilizing. You are matrixing right. Well, let me go back a little bit. This is really important. We could watch this from a third-person perspective to get a better idea. Look at when you matrix. Bang, matrix. What's the problem? What's the problem? Do you see a problem with this matrix right now? Largest Chungy, thank you for the follow. What's the problem here? Do you guys see it? This is going to take a little bit of brain power to figure out what the problem is here. This is not immediately easy what the problem is here. Chomsky Melee, thank you for the follow. What is D.Va's job? What do you guys remember? What is D.Va's job in this composition? We said it from spawn door, and then especially once you see the enemy composition. He's out of range. Well, no, I mean, this is obviously, it's not like he's not right up in your face, so yeah. But like, look, who are you supposed to be made? Yes, Keet. We're just gonna go with that. Keet got it. Your monkey's not doing anything. So what are you really matrixing for right now? Your Lucio? He doesn't need it. You? I mean, why are you pushing up? Your monkey's AFK. You want your monkey to go in, bubble, then matrix. So using a little bit of matrix here is okay if you just want to like peek around and keep pressure up. But I don't want you using all of your matrix or a large chunk of it, which is exactly what you do. You use 2/3, almost 2/3 of your matrix. And you're getting chunked. Be very careful. Like, I'm glad that you're angling yourself and putting pressure early, but be very careful. I would have much rather have you shoot here. Wait. Monkey goes into bubbles. You're gonna angle this way. Use your micro missiles or whatever damage from here. Bubble breaks, and then you matrix the Reaper from this angle. So not only do you get an angle, but you get full matrix and Reaper. Instead, you get the angle early. You're taking heavy damage early. That forces you to use your matrix early. And then now, when you might actually want to have your matrix, it's not there. Also, that being said, your monkey really needs to go in. Like, I get that he's probably trying to greed his bubble, but they just use bubble. You guys should be walking forward and abusing your bubble. You guys could have so much more space, and your monkey would have to jump out if your monkey had gone in with bubble. I'm not sure what he's waiting on. Yeah, see, and then he ends up having to back up and use bubble. And then not only that, but because you're not in a perfect position to... Well, actually, here, let me look at this. Yeah, and see, now, this is really, really poor. Like, right now, you should already be on top of your monkey. You are... Look how much damage he's taking. You just let your monkey take 350 damage. Look, look, if not more. Look, what are you doing? This is your only job, is to protect your monkey. Where's your matrix? Look at this. So you and your monkey hard throw this. Their monkey goes in way too early, doesn't get anything out of his bubble, backs up. You guys AFK, except for you, who goes in too deep and waste matrix, and then they engage again, and then you just sit there until your monkey is 1 HP, jumps out, and has to use bubble. This is like this is like the equivalent of being like some old grandma and like saving up years and years and years and years to learn all your self-defense moves to be able to punch and break people's backs with this one quick move, and then forgetting about it until you're already tied up and your house is robbed. It's like you had all the resources, but then you just used it, or you remembered it way too late. It's too late. It's over. Like, your opportunity to use the thing that you're supposed to use, your bubble and your matrix, is now over. So it's over. Like, now your matrix is worthless, and you're gonna lose this fight. Okay, maybe not. You need to know where your Ana is. You're LOSing your Ana. Reaper. Was Reaper dead? Reaper must be dead. Yeah, Reaper's dead, so you're focusing on. So that's fine. Stay alive, stay alive, stay alive. You should have won that, or should have lost that fight. They're on Doomfist now? Open division, man. It's like ranked, but plus sized. Okay, so really, really poor job there. You had one job to deal with the Reaper, you did a bad job of that, and then you pushed up ahead of your main tank, got chunked, which forced you to use your resource. So the problem isn't just that you didn't mark Reaper, it's the fact, it's like, think about it this way, chat. You guys remember when we were going over going over Dolas's VOD last night, and his job was like to deal with the off-angle spammy DPS? It'd be like him going in to deal with the off-angle spammy DPS while his team is still pushing through the choke, right? So he gets chunked, matrix forced, has to back off, and then his team goes in, but the off-angle DPS aren't being dealt with because the D.Va's busy getting healed. That's basically what happened there, to not quite an egregious extent, but still bad enough for me to mention it. And then letting your monkey just take 400 damage, man. Not good. So they're on Hanzo Doom now. So chat, what are his responsibilities now? Because his responsibilities change. His responsibilities change. Not a lot, but enough to mention. Okay, Hanzo definitely becomes more of a priority, but that's not all. Look carefully at the situation. This is 4.1k. This is not easy. Stop Doom from getting kills. Sure. On who? I mean, on anybody, really, but who do you have to be especially aware of? Yes. Yes. If you're on Moira, you could just Matrix Doomfist shots, over prioritize Hanzo, you're good, you know? But you're not. You're an Ana, which is okay, but you need to make sure that Ana does not get picked. All is the OW thing for the fall. Ana becomes priority when in the Doomfist matchup, and you keep an eye on Hanzo. Hanzo gets greedy, Hanzo goes in an off angle, Doomfist just uses cooldowns and he's out, you find that Hanzo. So you need to sit on their DPS. I don't know what you're matrixing. Where's the Doom? Where's the Doom? Where's the Doom? Yeah, you need to find a target. Moira ain't it. And again, why are you matrixing Cole? I'm sorry. This is just you turning off your brain. Like this is you turning off your brain. This is not what you matrix. If there's nothing to matrix, matrix nothing. You hear me? You could be matrixing full matrix on D.Va, and because you matrix this happens. D.Va and Doomfist demech you. How's that for alliteration? D.Va, D-Miss, because you mismanage your matrix, mismanage matrix, D.Va, Doomfist, D-Mac. Comprende? Okay, yeah. Bad matrix. I do appreciate that you tried to press W with your blade. That's always good. You are dead. Very, very winnable fight if you had been in mech. Very winnable fight if you had been in mech. So matrix mismanagement. Horrendous matrix mismanagement. And to a lesser extent, not stacking on top of the Ana. What about monkey jumping on Ana? I mean, if monkey jumps on Ana, you also peel the monkey, yes. You can put a lot of damage on a monkey, sure. How about a no-no monkey? But yeah, a monkey by himself is not really a concern to you. That's more your Lucio's responsibility. Monkey with Doomfist, D.Va, that's more of your concern. Yeah, I'm back in, so I'm getting yours. This is your responsibility. Well, actually, no, you're on Moira now. Yeah, you're on Moira now. Screw that. Dang it, Coach Spilo was an idiot. You're on Moira now. I don't think, like, you can peel Doomfist, but I think it's much less of a priority. This is good. Look at this again. You bombed early, mate. You bombed way too early. This is textbook. This was really close to perfect, except for you bombed too early. You bombed at 150 HP. You still had 150 HP to play with. Use that. Bombing to remake is totally fine, but you had 150, 200 HP to play with still. And you guys will win this fight. Nice dive. Good priority on the Hanzo. You prioritize the squishiest target, but you also prioritize the target that's going to kill you if you don't prioritize him. So, yeah. Weird mistake on the bomb remecting, though. Okay, again, chat. What's the deal? What's the deal again? It's just every fight is changing. Every fight. Thanks, Maddie. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, it's back to Reaper. It's back to Reaper. All the way back to Reaper again. So, like, Doomfist, not so much priority anymore, because of your backline. Now it's just Matrix on Reaper, helping your monkey. But that's it. If your monkey survives, you win. I mean, this Reaper is apparently brain dead, so that's helpful. Like, can we just admire what this Reaper did? I'm sorry, what? Look at this Reaper, what is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? What? You gotta be kidding me! What? This guy has to be kidding. This guy has to be trolling. I'm sorry, chat. I don't normally do this, but this guy has to be trolling. This has to be a troll. Monkey, 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 monkey bubble broken. Goes around. Okay. Wraiths for reload. But then just ignores the monkey. I'm sorry, this has to be a troll. Okay, so their Reaper is trolling, so that's helpful for you. But, again, I just want to freeze this image right here in your brain. You see this? One shot. Well, you don't ignore the Doom, but this is what you do. Look at this from a third-person perspective again. It's always helpful to look at things from a third person. Gets you a good grasp of the situation. He boops monkey a little bit, shoots a little bit of Doom, a little bit of Matrix, but then right now, where's the Reaper? Like, the thing is like, I don't want you to straight up ignore Doom, but your priority is on Reaper. You can't leave your monkey like this. You can't. Your Tracer can help with Doomfist. Your Lucio can help with Doomfist. Your Moira can help with Doomfist. You need to help with Reaper. This is your priority right here. Hey Josh, it's going fine. Like, this is your priority. Your monkey dies here, and it is your fault. If your Moira dies or your Lucio dies, it's their fault. If your monkey dies, it's your fault because they can't permanently, your Lucio can't permanently boop away a Reaper consistently and dive. It's dangerous for him to do so, and he has to leave his Moira. Your Moira can't help with the Reaper. She can't heal your monkey enough to deal with Reaper shots. That's your job. And you're prioritizing Doom. You're prioritizing Doom as if you have a Zenyatta backline or something like that. And your Reaper ends up getting picked off, or your monkey ends up getting picked off. You lose so much frontline pressure because your Matrix isn't there. You guys get bullied off the point so easily because you aren't there. Now, to be fair, their comp is much better at playing fast than yours. But you should have been there for the frontline. Hey, Whistle. Hair check. Aiden, I swear, brother. You know, technically, by the letter of the law, a hair check would be, hey, let me check to see how my hair is doing, right? No, my hair looks fine. My hair looks hideous. Okay, back to normal. But no, I have to sit here and brush it like one of those stupid apes. You go to the zoo and you're like, oh, look at that stupid monkey. He's combing his hair. It's me. That's me through the screen. Poggers. Would one of Red Team's DPS switch to Sombra to help with the Doom? Do you think it's better? I mean, yeah, I don't think Genji's that good. Like, you saw that, like, Genji is just not that good in dive anymore. Because, like, especially in this variation of dive, like, you have either Nanoblade or nothing, and then Nanoblade, like, what do you Nanoblade here? Lucio, maybe, Moira, but she has Fade, so it's you have to play it well. Doomfist, Reaper, like, you can't Nanoblade them very consistently. So, like, and especially now that you're on Moira, like, yeah, Genji's trash in this comp. He doesn't do enough damage, and his blade isn't good enough either. Sombra Tracer would have been 10 times better. 10 times better. Reaper would have been better. Sombra would have been better. Doomfist would have been better. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I mean, even Echo would have been better. But yeah, okay. Do you see the problem? This is literally the exact same thing that happened on first fight. Do you see the problem? I'm being nitpicky. Well, actually, you stop the Matrix quickly enough, so I won't give you too hard of a time. I would have preferred you guys to poke out D.Va first, too. Okay, but, like, be very careful about the Matrix usage here. Your monkey's out. Like, I get it. The D.Va's just standing there like a moron. Like, your team should have poked this out. But your team isn't poking it out. You're going in. And again... I mean, this is all we need to see. Reaper better than Sombra on this point? Yeah, I'd agree with that. This Sombra kind of has some issues here. How is Echo in this current meta? She's not awful, but she's not great either because the prevalence of Sombra Tracer has made it difficult. Do you see this problem, chat? Do you see the problem? I get it. D.Va's standing here. She should be demapped. But this is a priority for you. This is a priority for you. If Reaper rates out back to his team, sure. But they're going in, and you're completely oblivious to what's going on. And your monkey's gonna die. Look at this, look at this. Your monkey bubbles, your monkey backs all the way out. He still dies. Are you joking me, dude? Oh my gosh, dude. Again, it's not that this is ever a bad, like, this is always a bad play. Like, you're going to kill her. But it's not worth. It's just not. You have, like, there's a reason. Okay, look. Overwatch heroes are designed to have strengths and weaknesses. Some things that they're really good at and that are really important for them to do, and some things that they're not. For example, if I'm playing Reaper, I could TP on backline and force Moira fade and shoot Moira a little bit and force Lucio boop and maybe, you know, get Tracer look at me, right? but that's not super expensive, right? It's not really what I'm great at. And even if I did force Moira fade, okay, do I have something to follow up off of that? Can my team dive the Moira? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Or I can stand with my tank and push in and shoot really aggressively on the enemy tanks at the same time as my team. And generally, more Reapers do the latter because that's what Reaper's just better at, right? It's more consistent at. It's easier to do. Right now, you're going in and assassinating a bombing D.Va. Or pressuring a D.Va in an off angle. You're okay at that. You're fine at that. You're going to be totally... Like, this is something that you're okay at. But this is more important. If there is no Reaper, or the Reaper's not in a threat, then yes, you do this, 100%. But the Reaper is very clearly a threat, and has been for the entire round, and has clearly been a threat for the last 4 or 5 seconds. I'm not going to have time to answer all the questions right now, so if you guys have a couple of like longer questions about like meta stuff, wait till this VOD's over. I'll answer short stuff though. Like, this is shameful. This is embarrassing. I'm experiencing second-hand embarrassment on your behalf. Great job. You have full Matrix on Reaper. They're all focusing you. I mean, I guess that works, but this is embarrassing. You're going to win this fight, but it's just because you blew 1, 2, 3, 4 ultimates, and they blew what? 1, 2? I mean, I don't know what their D.Va was doing. The D.Va was feeding her brains out. And you end up having to bomb the remake too. Wait, you used bomb? Was it bomb the remake? I assume it was bomb the remake. You didn't bomb. No, fine. You're 5v3. And not only that, when you bomb, chat, what's the bad thing about bombing this? Who can tell me? They're in a devolved fight. They're up 2 or 3. What's the bad thing about bombing? Can you guys tell me this? Like, not just that you're wasting the bomb, the fight's already won. In fact, bombing here is worse than doing, worse than not bombing. No Matrix. And why is that bad? It gives them a chance to clutch. Exactly. This son of a gun right here is 93% on Death Blossom. If he has Death Blossom right now, your entire team is dead. You hear me? You give the Reaper an opportunity to clutch. You have no idea how incredibly lucky you were there. Bomb engages are okay, but your team has to understand that like there's no Matrix and you can play around it. You do not bombing mid-fight into a Reaper that has Death Blossom is super sketch. Oh, 95%. Okay. So you can make the argument, oh, it's basically last fight. Basically last fight. They will get a recontest. You might wish that you had your bomb the remake at some point in time. Bad bomb by all accounts. Where's Reaper? Oh, fine. How much Matrix did you have? You end in a really awkward spot. You had full Matrix. You had full Matrix. You had full Matrix and you got demeched by a Reaper in your face. I know. It's like Reaper doesn't exist. I mean, you just flat out ignored him. Not only did you end your boosters in the wrong spot, just flat out ignored him. Excuse me. Sorry, gentlemen and ladies. I've been sneezing like non-stop. Those allergies, dude. I didn't sneeze last night a lot at stream. That was strange. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just been this year. It's been bad. Why D.Va here is supposed to start at this point out of interest? Well, you tell me. You tell me. Anybody in chat? Anybody? Why D.Va here, not Zarya? Reaper. Yeah, Reaper's really popular at this point. D.Va feels pretty good into Reaper. There's something else there's another composition that's really popular at this point. Do you guys know what the composition is? Zarya does have bubbles for Sim though. True, yep. There's High Ground, yep, that's also true. Rush, nope. Pharah, yep. Spam is really, really, really popular in this point because really, really grunky brawl comps are popular here. So people counter that by playing Pharah, and Pharah is pretty good in this map. So yeah, D.Va's much better into counter to brawl, and D.Va's still pretty good in the brawl mirror. So, you guys, like, okay, what is the responsibility here, guys? What's the responsibility here? What's D.Va's job here? Zarya is slower than D.Va. Yes. Generally. That's a very, very general statement. Reaper, don't get DMAC'd by Zarya. Yeah, focus Reaper. Who do you need to, who's your priority in helping? Who's your priority to help? He's fine, so he's the red team. Whoops. Sim. Yeah, keep Sim alive. Ryan and Sim. Generally Symmetra. Ryan is generally going to be okay because they're running Monkey. So he's not at a ton of risks because there's no Ryan swings. There's no reason for him to really swing. So your Ryan will be generally okay. But yeah, Symmetra is your priority. Symmetra and Ryan are definitely your priorities, but mostly Symmetra. If your Symmetra survives, you're just going to auto win. Like it always comes down, like 90% of these fights come down to can red team keep the Symmetra alive and can blue team kill the Symmetra. And whichever one does that job, it goes, because Symmetra is the is the linchpin. She is the weakest point, but she's also the point where you get the most value. The longer Symmetra stays alive, the more damage she does. Basically, that's basically it. But she's also the squishiest hero there. Wait, so Ryan's just shield bot this guy? I mean, he's not shield bot, but he does need to try and prevent, like, he doesn't want to let the Reaper just walk in and shoot his Symmetra. So, like, you want the Reaper to TP behind, and you want to block damage forward. Because if you think about it, you don't need to swing on the enemy Reinhardt to kill, like you don't, it's not like you're swinging on an enemy Ryan to kill the enemy Ryan. Your Symmetra just sits there and charges beam and then she kills people. Or your Mei will free somebody and then she kills some people. Like your job is here to just literally just protect your team as much as you can because your Symmetra Mei are essentially going to kill everybody if they survive. If your Symmetra and Mei survive, you're going to win. So you try and protect them the best way you can. So swinging is fine, but like never at the expense of your Symmetra's life. How much do I need to put a toaster on my head? I mean, you're assuming that I even have a toaster. So, so Fine's job here is just basically peel Reaper Doom. So, chat, think about it this way. You are Reaper, you are Doomfist. How do you kill the Symmetra? How do you kill the Symmetra? Let's turn on the brain power here. He can walk into Doomfist to swell the tank punch? Yep, that's actually a really big thing. Josh won with the big brain. Rush and Doomfist, okay. How do you kill the Symmetra? Give me some details. Flank? Sure. Yeah. Flanks are really big here. Dropping behind here, going over the top. Going over the top is like, this is like, it's not even a flank anymore. I mean, it technically is, but like everybody knows it's coming. Like everybody should know that Reaper or Doomfist, at least one, if not both, are going to be dropping behind here. Maybe even Winston too. Like you're going to have your Zarya, Lucio, Moira pressuring from here maybe. Maybe your Reaper drops behind with Monkey. Maybe your Doomfist punches for main at the same time. Like their comp, I'll be honest, you are not favored to win this matchup. Like you're not. They're playing a very hard counter comp into you. So you're going to have a really hard time. But on paper, you still could beat them if you play well. So if we know they're playing Reaper Doom, and we should know what Reaper Doom is going to do, then what should Fine be doing, or be very aware of right now? What should Fine be thinking? So we're doing the chain. What is a comp? What is enemy comp? How does enemy comp beat you? How do you beat them knowing what they're going to do to beat you? Okay? What should Fine be thinking about right now? Yeah. Yeah, 180s. Where is somebody? Where are they? Are they behind me? Where's that Doomfist? Where's that Reaper? Eyes in them? Do I have eyes in them? Can I see them? If I can't see them, I assume they're behind me. You know? And look at what's going on. You see it? Yeah. Be very aware of the backside. Very important. So last time it was very much be aware of your front line because it's just Reaper, Winston's just taking trades. Now it's, you know, your front line doesn't really matter. No. That ain't it. That ain't it. I mean, that helped a little bit because it pushed Zarya back, but that was an extremely gamble move. Because if that Doomfist had engaged any earlier, you would have been late. So you needed a body block punch, mate. You needed a body block punch. You saw the Doomfist. You saw the Doomfist. Why did you not body block punch? You made... You can kill him. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Alright, now find Reaper. You're tier too long. You're tier too long. Where's Reaper? Where's Reaper? Where's Reaper? Oh, I don't know, man. I really don't know. Yeah, this is too much. This is too much. So this is like you zone him, you put him away, and then you go back and you help with the Reaper. You've got two threats. You can't hard in on one. Because look at what's happening in the meantime. You guys want to see another great image? This is another great image. Sorry for the buzzing. Do you see it? This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, no. Is this the same D.Va from our YouTube video? I don't know. I'm not sure. Is Somber good right now? Yes. Ah, you didn't body block the punch for Doom. You over pursued the Zarya. You over pursued the Doom. I'm sorry. What is this?
Hello there.
Why is he meleeing you? This guy has to be trolling. This guy has to be trolling. We've already established that he was trolling earlier. He's not even shooting. Like, why would you not shoot here? I'm sorry, chat. Again, he's trying to stagger you. He's trying to stagger you. You're jumping off the map. Kill you. What? I'm sorry, you don't stagger a baby D.Va who's like 10 feet away from jumping off and then melee her when she's at 120 HP. Are you kidding me? This guy is brain dead. Oh my gosh. This guy has to be joking. Okay, so you're on Monkey now. You're gonna swap off of Mei, I assume. Oh no, you're not. Okay. Again, priorities are the same. Like, now it's not so much about keeping your Symmetra alive, but it's the same priority of Reaper and Doom. It's the same stuff over again. In fact, I'm gonna probably call it after, oh, it is over after this run, so that's good. But it's the same crap. Like, so much of your vision is taken away from what matters, it really bothers me. Point, shoot Moira, you waste your missiles, you flash your Matrix, half of your Matrix on the Monkey. You're shooting Winston Bubble. Meanwhile, the Doomfist is killing your Lucio. Priorities. Now you're just being bullied, the fight's over. GG's. Wait, maybe it's not. Alright, now I gotta go back. This has been a painful fight. Nice. Matrix Moira. Focusing Zarya. But, again... Where's Reaper? Like, I guess this is okay, but... Again, you're remeching bomb. Why are you... What is this bomb? Please stop remeching bomb at 300 HP. This is a terrible bomb. You do not want to be naked out here, dude. This is not good. This is how you die. If this is a better Zarya, does she have personal? Okay, if she did not just waste personal there, you're going to die. You're going to die. You came very close to dying as it was. And then you also gave it, sorry, a window to, hey, there's no matrix. You cannot grab. Really, really bad, man. Really bad. And I wouldn't bother it so much, but that's the second time it's happened where you've remech bombed at 300 or 250 HP. No, 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 no. You stupid bot. Okay, where's Reaper? Don't just Matrix. Don't just Matrix. Where's Reaper? Don't just push the button because, oh, I see blue. Where is Reaper? Do you know? Do you know the Muffin Man? Because the thing is, if you just flash Matrix, you take that quarter of a second instead to look for the DPS, then you won't have to wait for Matrix to be off of cooldown. No, he's wraithing! I don't want you, like, this is the thing. Here's the thing. Wait, if you're shooting a Reaper, you're not going to kill him unless your entire team is helping you. It's much better for you to Matrix the Reaper so he does no damage and so your team can shoot him without him healing himself up. Remember, if you're letting a Reaper shoot you, you're not pressuring him all that much. You're giving him basically an ult battery. Obviously he already has ult, but like you're giving him a health pack, basically. Like right now, Matrix, 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 but then you stop Matrixing and you start shooting, even though you have half of your Matrix left. Like your Lucio could have taken that Reaper down and actually actually killed him or forced Wraith. Instead, you're boostering him again instead of just Matrixing him. You have half of your Matrix. You waste a little bit here. He TPs. You then waste more while he's in Wraith. You Wraith a Matrix. You Matrix a Wraithing Reaper, and then you have 2/3 of your Matrix left, so a third's gone. And then you Matrix a little bit, but then you spend time shooting him instead of Matrixing him, allowing him to stay in when he should not have stayed in, because you gave him health. And then again, you go for a booster boop instead of just Matrixing, which ends up actually killing your Reaper, who should have been Matrixed if you had been doing your job in the first place. And now you're dead. Like, it's a snowball. But it's the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. Not marking Reaper, not marking Reaper, not Matrixing Reaper, not marking Reaper, not Matrixing Reaper, remeching bomb at 300 HP and giving your team an opportunity to lose. Don't Matrix, do not Matrix. Do not Matrix, don't do this, don't peek, do not peek. Let your monkey peek, let your Reaper peek, then you Matrix. You do not Matrix yourself, you Matrix your team. If you are Matrixing yourself and not your team in a situation like this, it means that you are pushed too far up. It means you are playing main tank. You are not a main tank. You can Matrix everybody in front of you. It is incredibly inefficient to only Matrix yourself when you can let your monkey, your Reaper walk in front and you can Matrix them and yourself at the same time. Like right now is when you need Matrix, and what have you got? You've got half. You've got half. And then again, you see what's happening? Stop Matrixing, you're bubbling. Stop Matrixing, stop Matrixing, stop Matrixing. And now when you bubble, you're already completely down your Matrix instead of having half of it left over so that you could recharge. Booster boop here is fine. Go back to your team. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. This isn't just about you feeding now. Oh no. I gotta put some stuff in my rib. Give me a second. Ugh. I mean, there's just not much to say. Like, Mark Reaper, Matrix Reaper. Don't blow your Matrix when your team is AFK. Let your monkey go in, then you Matrix. When you bubble, you don't Matrix. When bubble breaks, you Matrix again. I mean, it's really just that and the bombs. That's it. That's all there is to it. That was physically painful, man. Okay, we're on Baggins VOD now. Madonna, DD Gaming YouTube is in charge of pre-fight planning. Jonah's in charge of shot calling and mid-fight planning. Squiggly Square is not following. Baggins, question for you. So you're next, and you're playing a Diamond Anna, whatever. Do you want more focus on your team play or your individual play? Because I can tell you already, if I go over the YouTube video, I'm going to get really distracted by your team's comms and want to comment on them. So it's going to be, which is okay, but it will be at the expense of your review, your play. So if you are like, I just want my stuff, like what do I need to be doing better, then I will do replay. But if it's like more broad, then I will do your team. How to counter pharmacy is DPS. I mean, you just need to either bypass the, like it depends on the composition. Pharmacy as alone is not, like pharmacy you have to understand, it's not just one hero, it's two heroes, and it's generally a poke playstyle. So how do you, the question should be, how do you counter pharmacy poke, and then give some questions about what the issue is. Sing now? You can't make me. My voice is too fatigued now anyway. I'm doing some vocal stuff, which is part of the reason why my voice is actually kind of tired. So I can't sing. I'm taking a couple days off. Start the VOD? Shut up, Seth. Nobody cares what you think. I say that a lot, and you know what? I feel bad because I feel like I should come up with something kind of creative instead of saying that. But then I'm like, you know what? Why should I come up with something creative? Nobody cares what he thinks. Like, for whose benefit am I going to be doing anything? Or saying something different, you know? Stop bullying Mare. Who's Mare? Meredith? Maroon?
Devesh. D right now, actually.
D.Va.
Is this what you're playing? Is this your calm?
No, Anna, Ash. I don't know the other DPS.
Probably Reaper Tracer, probably.
Yeah, Reaper Tracer.
Is this what you're playing? Okay, so let me go back and look at it. This is a pretty funny comp. It's not. It's pretty memey, but I guess there's some logic to it. Your Ryan takes space and just kind of shields his team, just like he's cart presence basically. He pushes cart, protects his team. I mean, he doesn't really protect his team. He just pushes cart. Like, Ryan pushes cart, he'll help you break a choke, and he can push cart without getting poked out. Like, there's Ryan in a nutshell. You know, Orisa maybe would have been better at that in the past, but with Orisa's shield nerf and HP nerf that just up till recently went live, Ryan's probably just better at it. So Ryan pushes cart, Ana Lucio can function as a unit. Ana can play generally by herself depending on the enemy composition. Lucio Genji can like dive stuff together with the ball. Ball is just basically zoning snipers, and your Widow plays in Narnia by herself. So we're gonna have to see what the enemy composition is before I comment much more. But I mean, this comp isn't great, but there is some logic to it. So,
D.Va.
and obviously, and again, obviously, it's open division. If you have a Rhine one trick, you play Rhine. You know, it doesn't matter what scuff comp you have to end up playing. I'm just analyzing it for the sake of education for those listening.
Ryan, D.Va, Lucio, Ana.
This is not OD, this is scrims? Oh, it's a tourney. Okay, either way, it's a competitive game, yeah.
Reaper Tracer, probably.
Yeah, Reaper Tracer.
Reaper Tracer. You guys would struggle into Reaper Tracer. Ashe.
I can hold on slam it, I think.
Let me see enemy comp. Let me see enemy comp.
I'm gonna slam now. Going 3, 2, 1.
Ryan, D.Va, Ashe. Nice, Nate.
D.Va, anti.
Right, look at it, right.
What's a comp? What's a comp? It was this Ashe, Mercy, Ryan, D.Va,
Right.
Genji,
Ryan, he has no shield. He's one.
Ana, I assume.
I'm going up.
Hey, Jumper. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate your cash. Do we know what the other DPS is?
D1.
Team res, I couldn't stop it.
I'm repping left.
Or the other support? It must be Ana.
I'm at the back, I'm dead.
Ryan, anti, Ryan, anti, Ryan, anti. D.Va on me. Right, or
I'm so distracted. What's the other What's the other support? Please, 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 please. You don't remember?
Get you behind us, get you behind us.
Okay, it is Ana. Okay, so let's draw this up really quick. Jordan Bean, thank you for the follow.
not playing a dive. D.Va.
Okay, so Ana, Rhine, Genji, Mercy, Ashe, D.Va. Okay, so essentially their comp outpokes you pretty hard. The Mercy and the Ashe particularly are going to outpoke you. Like, Widow is going to win the 1v1, but Widow doesn't put out as much just raw damage as Ashe does. So what you'd like to play is you'd like to play at a slightly faster tempo off of your ball engages, which is it looked like is what you guys did. Like, you guys would go, you guys wait, you initiate with a ball slam, you guys look for a nade, your Widow can look for a headshot off of that, your Genji can go in for some aggressive shurikens, you look for a nade at the same time, your Lucio should be going in. I don't think your Lucio should be playing around you very much. He can keep an eye on you, so he should be tracking Genji, so make sure he doesn't solo dive you, but outside of Genji, there's nothing that can hurt you. So your Lucio should be playing probably a little bit more aggressively, although he has to respect Ashe. And you would like to have your ball engages around where your Rhine can swing a little bit too. Your Rhine can't hard engage because he doesn't have bubble and the comp isn't really built around him, but you would like to get your Rhine involved as well. Like, the goal should be like, what can we do to get us to play as 6? Not just play as 6, like, but to actually fight as 6. Like, what can our Rhine do while our ball is doing something at the same time? Jordan Bean, thank you for the sub, mate. I appreciate it. So
D.Va.
basically, like, you want to make sure that you're engaging kind of as a unit into this higher poke team and try and avoid taking damage in the meantime. Like, you don't want your ball to get poked out, you don't want your Lucio getting your head blown off, you don't want your Rhine taking shield damage, that kind of thing.
Genji.
So basically push cart, avoid taking spam until your ball, Genji's, Lucio can engage.
Going 3, 2, 1.
Boogie Dot, thanks for the follow.
D.Va, anti.
Nade was fine. Remember if you guys remember Aiden's VOD review yesterday in Ana, you always match your cooldowns to your tanks, not the other way around. In other words, you don't want your ball slamming off of a nade. You want to watch your ball go in and then nade. So you nade as you see your ball initiate. There's an opportunity to get a pick. There's a lot of pressure if nothing else, so it's totally fine.
Right, look at it, right tap.
You guys are hard calling Rhine, but you're not going to. Rhine is not a target that you're going to be able to kill easily. Like if you think about the enemy composition, like, who can kill Rhine in your team? If your Widow hits a headshot, maybe you can kill Rhine. But you've got ball Lucio Genji. You're not going to kill Reinhardt. You have nothing to kill Reinhardt, and he has Matrix as well. So going in hard on the Rhine is not the play. You should go in hard on Ashe, on Mercy, on Ana, anything like that. Anything that's out of position. Maybe you could D-Mac a D.Va if she's a little out of position, but you're not going to kill it, right? Using your sleep here, by the way. You miss it, which sucks, but again, totally fine. Genji's a million miles away, and he's the only person that you need to sleep. That's the only person that's threatening you. So all the other times, you could just greet it. You could just look to sleep their tanks. I'll try and time it at the same time as your team is going in, which you are doing, but you don't need to sit on your cooldown.
He's one.
Reset after that ball engage? Yeah, like not hard reset, but soft reset, like kind of chill. Push cart.
He has no shield.
Like right now, your Widow is pushing cart. You don't want your Widow. Hey, cat. You don't want your Widow pushing cart. Why not? Anyone in chat can tell me why you don't want Widow pushing cart right now? By the way, you kill Ryan, which is astonishing. That's an incredible misplay from the enemy team. Okay, Kona. Oh, sorry, I zoomed up all of a sudden. My bad. She needs angles. Yeah, exactly. She wants to take a position. Like, she wants to go, like, you know, here or peek here. That's kind of greedy, or preferably as quickly as you can, peek over here, right? That's where your Widow wants to be, right? And then your Lucio can peel from her against the Genji or whatever. And then if your Widow's there, then you're all good. But your Widow's pushing cart. She has no angle. Exactly.
I'm going up.
They get the res.
Receive res, I can stop it.
Just chill. You have all, look how much space you guys have. They've completely given up all the way to this choke, which is great for you guys. Think about this. By the way, I'm taking this a little bit slow. I'm doing kind of double VOD review. Team VOD review, individual VOD review at the same time. And I want this to be educational for everybody listening. Why is it so important that you guys broke this choke and that you guys can just push cart and take the fight in the second half of Sunken? Why is that really strong? They have nowhere to hold, exactly. But also what? Widow gets good. Yes, now your Widow is completely free. Now you have a completely uncontested Widow. You have cover and they don't. Exactly, a little bit of that too. Right. I've got a lap cat again. She's sitting on... This is the status right here. Yeah, so, well, oh my gosh, I'm doing a personal hair check right now. I'm doing a personal hair check here. Sorry for the, yeah, whatever. I can't be bothered. All right. You guys just need to chill. Like, you guys again are hard calling Ryan. Chill out. Like, you're fine. Nah, you're Lucio feeds. This is where the Lucio is the weak point of your composition, like, because there's nobody to really peel, and you guys aren't really hard engaging on them. You're kind of chilling, and then you're gonna hard engage later. But it's like this is where Lucio's just a weak point. Nade good. Like this is where the Lucio's job. This is where the Lucio needs to be. D.Va's just inting on your Widow. That's what Lucio needs to be doing right now, is helping your Widow out. But
I think even side with me, even me. She's up.
Get your minus.
Down three.
okay. I'll be honest, Baggins. Outside of missing a couple of shots, I think you played that one well. You guys go Zarya? What? Oh no, you're switching up comp. So now you have more poke, so you guys can play. You don't have to play as fast into them, but you are still missing the Mercy. So you're still going to need to play faster than they will. Like, you have a charge Zarya, yeah, but if you can get charge, and even if you do get charged, damage boosted Ashe, I think still outvalues a little bit. You got it for me? Oh, thanks, Bullet. Appreciate it, brother.
Ashe is up top.
That bubble. Drop my swing.
You need to drop.
Right half.
Okay. I'm not a huge fan of your positioning right now. What's the issue, chat? What's the issue right now? Can you guys spot the issue right now? I can think of at least 2 issues with this positioning right here. It's not terrible positioning, but it could be a lot better. Hey, Clammy Pajami. I mean, stop picking. The ball in Ryan is fine. Like, there is logic to it. You just didn't stay with the logic. No peel. Okay, yeah, number 1, you're far away from your Lucio. So if this Genji hard ins on you, you're going to be in trouble. What's the second issue? And probably the more important one. Ashe can blow your head off. Right. You're playing a really long sightline unnecessarily. Like, I would want you to play this corner right here. Closer to your Lucio, easier to land nades, easier to land sleeps, and you have a shorter sightline that the Ashe can't punish as hard. And you could be sniped from the right. Exactly. You could be sniped from here, or from over here. So we should be playing here. This nade that you land, by the way, perfectly timed, would have been significantly easier to land, and you would be safer afterwards afterwards if you had played a better corner. Is a lot of the ball makes space and Ryan capitalizes on the space. I mean, the logic is that ball goes in, your Ryan goes in, ball rolls out, Ryan just stands there and shields and pushes card.
Run anti, run anti,
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Chill out. You got space. And now do you see the problem with your positioning?
Hold on.
Now do you see the problem? Do you see the problem? You don't need to play that far away. Like, here's the thing. Playing really far away is good if they're like on hard dive. Like far away on high ground would be good because you create separation between yourself and the dive tanks. But right now you're playing like a brawl mirror and you're so far away you're having a hard time landing cooldowns, and you're not even able to peek down main because any chip damage you take, your Lucio can't heal you. So the irony is that you're like, oh, I'm safer up here, but you're actually not, because you're playing into a sniper that's gonna kill you, and in a situation where your Lucio can't even heal you. Yeah, you didn't mentally switch, for sure. Questionable nano. Very questionable nano, especially considering you're down one and you're running Genji. If you do not win this fight with nano, uninstall. Because you've just committed your nano blade combo to try and turn a fight that was probably already lost. That is a bad investment. So far, your nades have been very good, though. Fine and nade that too. I don't think you've thrown a single bad nade. Nicely. Again, mid engagement.
Run anti.
You split from your Lucio.
Run anti.
I would have turned my attention onto the Genji at this point.
Run anti.
Because you anti your Rhine, you move away from your Lucio, and then you're not even looking at Genji.
Genji on me, Mega. Genji.
This should be winnable still. Yeah, this should be winnable. Yeah, you guys should probably win this. Should be win. You should win this. You should win this. You should win this.
Look for blade here. Look for blade.
You don't need blade.
Look at Mercy.
Yeah, you guys are fine.
Right.
Okay. So far, nades have been good. Positioning, you've been too far away from your Lucio to get peel, too far away for you to land cooldowns, and you're letting yourself get zoned by Ashe. Like, think of it this way. My cat is sticking her head up in the air so I can scratch her chin. Like, versus Ashe, she wants this, right? And normally as Ana, you want this too. But you know if there's an Ashe on the other side of that she's going to kill you faster than you can kill her, so that you don't want this. So now as Ana... Oh, cat, careful. Please don't press any buttons. No. All right, kitty. Sweetheart, I'm going to have to put you down. Okay. So if you can't win the 1v1, what do you want? Well, now as Ana, you would want this instead, right? It's like, think about it. If you're playing Ashe into Widow, it's the same thing. Ashe generally wants long sightlines, but all of a sudden you're playing into a Widow, oh, I don't want long sightlines anymore. No thank you, right? Like Reaper into Kree, I want short sightlines. I went, oh wait, they're playing Reaper? Never mind, I'm gonna play farther back. I'll play in my fall off range, I don't care. I'm not getting up in the face of that Reaper. It's the same thing.
Genji one left. Nice.
Don't touch.
Good nade, good sleep. Very questionable nano. Very questionable nano. Ammo.
Take damage just a little bit.
But you are going to get your nano back, though, so that's...
He's half.
He's low.
You didn't get it?
He's one.
Ashe slept up.
Nice sleep. And again, they're on ball, but I don't think you need to say... Like, by the way, I would be pressing tab here. Be pressing tab. You need to know that they're... Like, we didn't even know that they swap ball. So that's something that you need to be scouting out. You should be pressing tab. I mean, maybe you pressed it, I just missed it, but... double checking. But nice sleep. Again, if this ball's dead, you have nothing else to sleep, really. Like, a Genji diving you solo, you don't need sleep. You just need nade. That's all you need. And honestly, you don't even need that. You just need your Lucio.
Mercy.
I'm gonna grab top. Ready?
They're on fire. It's Mercy in there. Nice.
Great grab.
Ash half.
Keep pushing.
Push. Right next to you.
I'm here. I have to get mega. I get mega.
Genji high ground.
Double.
You guys really need to keep pushing.
Wait, Genji.
Ryan half.
Ash on fire. Ash high.
Nine.
Nice. Okay, so this is great. This is where you commit ults if you need to, but you just keep staggering him. They're staggering themselves. You keep going. That graph up there, totally fine. You got the Ashe, you got the Mercy as a result. You get the Mercy, you keep snowballing into the Ashe. If they don't reset, you've literally prevented them. Like what you're gonna do is you're gonna get the cart all the way to here before they even recontest. And yeah, you might be down a graph, but you're in one fight territory and you're taking a fight where the cart is the most convenient for you. Totally worth the commit ults here. And if they keep staggering, keep committing ults. You might get a third point and have not a single ult in the bank, but you've just capped 2 points for free. Blade was used though? Was it? I thought they said that they wasn't blade used.
Alright.
Run. Burn. Come.
Should be asking his tanks to take damage to get nano faster? I don't think it was super important because I didn't think we were really in a position to nano blade anytime soon. If you think that like, oh, we can nano blade really soon, then yes, ask. But if you're like, like it's gonna take us a while to push cart to where we can nanoblade, or the enemy team isn't really grouped up yet, then you probably not need to. But yes, the asking for nano is definitely an important thing. If you just push cart,
Ball on point.
Ball behind. Back up.
I can't get hit.
Right.
Not necessary. You had nade available. She was basically she was like 150 HP with a Reinhardt at range. Very wasted nano.
This team can't push.
Completely unnecessary.
Genji one. Let's go.
Ball. Res.
Ball.
Come on now, Baggins. You're better than that.
Ash.
You're down one.
Ash right.
You're down.
Ball on cart.
On cart. Okay.
Yeah, we needed nano. Okay, so bad nano. Bad nano. You whiffed your sleep. Unfortunate.
Back out.
They have a monkey now.
Come on, Baggins. Come on, dude. You're killing me, man.
Keep going.
All high ground.
Next blade, you go Reaper.
Alright.
Guys should not have lost that fight.
Ball me all the way right.
And honestly, by the way, Baggins, if I'm being nitpicky, chat, do you remember the Rab VOD on Anubis? Remember the Ana VOD review on Anubis?
One. Genji one. Let's go.
Ball. Res.
Ball.
Why might I say that sleeping this ball is not good? Not bad, but not good. Now, this fight feels like it's already won, so I probably would have slept the ball, honestly. But just so an educational moment for those of us who weren't here. You can't kill him. Yeah, exactly. Look at your team composition. Unlikely that you will kill a ball. If you had a Reaper at a Sombra, maybe. If he was half HP and didn't have adaptive shields, maybe. But he's not half HP, he does have adaptive shields, and you don't have the DPS to be able to kill him. Ryan could charge him, probably still wouldn't die. He could, but probably still couldn't die. You take him down to like 500 HP. You could probably get him to around 300 HP, but he'd get away.
Ash.
You're down one.
Ash right.
You're down.
Ball on cart.
Reaper.
Alright.
Hey, we got the tab. Poggers. Okay. So yeah, how does this affect us, chat? How does this affect us? Is the right call to not waste any ability in the ball? No. I would like, if the ball slams you and you need to nade yourself to keep yourself alive, and you nade the ball and he rolls away, sure. But what I would not do is use both cooldowns on the ball unless you're sure you can kill him. Sleep a ball if you have damage to follow. If you have a Sombra, if you have a Reaper, if you have a McCree, I'm trying to think what else. If you have a Roadhog, a Sigma, all of those things are going to help you kill a ball. But looking at your composition, sleeping a ball, not very good. If he's half HP or if he doesn't have adaptive shields, yes, sleep a ball. But if you can't kill, like, just ask yourself this question, Ravis. Can I kill the ball if I sleep him? That's all. That's the only question. And you could generally get a pretty good idea of yes or no. So what? Okay. So now, chat. Look at the enemy composition. What does what does Baggins need to be thinking about? What does he need to be doing? It's tough, isn't it? Because they have a sniper still, so you gotta watch along sight lines, but you don't want to be playing too close to your, like, too far forward, because they're running dive, at least double dive thing. Like Ball, Winston, Genji, that's pretty scary now. So this is gonna be tough. I want you to play near corners, and I want you to try and make sure that you're not on cart, that you get away from cart, that sort of a thing. You have a habit of throwing both abilities ball, yeah, exactly. So balls, like, good ball players will go, okay, they use sleep and they use nade on me. Great. Like, how many times have you used sleep and nade on a ball and then somehow you lost a fight because you didn't have nade or sleep 10 seconds later, or 5 seconds later, or 2 seconds later, you know? Because the ball doesn't have to kill you to get value. He's a cooldown sponge. Ball rolls in, bubble, flashbang, nade, sleep, and then he rolls away, and then now your team composition has no cooldowns.
Next blade, you go Reaper.
Alright.
Reaper into their comp
Here, come on me right,
is
hold me
okay.
right.
It was okay. He's gonna struggle into the Ash though.
They swapped the monkey.
Yeah, monkey instead of Ryan.
You guys should go high ground. Should go top right.
Give me amp in here. Go.
Yeah, speed it.
Hang on. All the way.
Nice. Good play. Good play. I don't know if you guys have any ults though.
Yeah.
Proceed.
I'm slept.
There it is right there. You guys see that? That's literally what we just talked about actually.
Proceed.
I'm slept.
Probably not necessary to nade yourself there. But then, and as insult to injury, look at the ball's HP. Do you know how much HP this is, chat? This is 1,000 HP at least. This might be more than that. Might be 1,100. I'm not sure. And you just go for sleep. You see that?
I'm anti.
Any help?
Monkey, point.
Getting mega.
Can't get to you.
You guys are so split. Who is over there?
I'm anti.
Wait, what happened to your Zarya?
I'm slept.
Oh, your Zarya got booped.
I'm anti.
Any help?
Monkey,
I mean, that's what dive does best. They're gonna boop you, they're gonna split you, and then they're gonna isolate you and kill you.
point.
Getting mega.
Can't get to you. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm getting boxed up by this ball.
Drop down.
Down. We're down.
Reloading.
Alright, we look for blade this fight.
Think he needed it for the critical teammate? I think he did too, but I'm still not sure that he needed it.
We can grab blade.
But I won't nitpick it too much.
Look for shatter if it fails, Cody.
Grab blade should be fine.
I will.
You need to do the same rotation though. You can't walk underneath dive tanks like that. You need to go up top right again, so they don't just drop on you. But you just need to not get booped. Like, if you're expecting it to happen, the ball can't boop you. You just don't,
All above us.
because he can't wait. He has to predict. He can't. Like, do you feel how bad this is? Do you feel how bad this is? This is you guys just walking the cart. You can't do this. You need to rotate and clear out an angle. Like, you can't just walk straight to cart. Do you feel how bad? Like, I don't even have to tell you why. You know why. Like, it just feels bad. This feels bad. You just got naded from high ground. That monkey's gonna drop on you. Ball's looking, shooting you from behind. Like, you're dead. This fight's lost. This fight is already lost. I promise you that you guys lose this fight.
Beat it.
Good G.
And a monkey. There. Yep.
We're down two.
Down two.
You're gonna lose me.
Oh, we need easels. Nice.
Yeah, we.
Let's play together.
Will we grab blade?
I don't play very much, friend. Sorry. I played a lot of quick play over the weekend. Actually had a good time, but I don't play. I very rarely play, like once or twice a week.
I'm gonna grab the Ash. Ready? Perfect.
Give it.
Go on fire. Monkey high ground in the back. Monkey
Heal your Ash. Heal your Ash.
Ball.
Monkey jumping
Monkey
in
coming in.
behind.
Monkey.
Go on fire. Monkey high ground.
I mean, this plan worked because you didn't give them long enough for them to exploit the space in the high ground. You just grabbed and went in instantly. So that it works, you know. But you can't always do that, right? That's the problem. That's why you have to actually take the time to clear high ground most of the time, because you can't generally just grab blade instantly and kill 3. That doesn't happen very often.
In the back. Monkey high ground in the back. Monkey coming in, monkey coming in, no jump. Monkey no bubble, no bubble.
Should he sleep ball there? I know this is a stupid question. Everybody knows the answer, but I'm still gonna ask it. I'm sorry, Fees. I didn't know you guys had internet connection in the gutter. How's that going for you? Yeah, fight's over. Yeah, that's not just the fight's over, but he's got like 250 HP. If you sleep a 250 HP ball, or even a 400 HP ball, you could probably kill him.
He's 1.
3.
Alright, easy. You guys only need 3. It's over. Yeah. I mean, it's not so much that I can't play often. I mean, I'm pretty busy, but it's just like you get kind of when your job is Overwatch, you like having a break. Should he go for a sleep on the Ash there? Is this a feed? Again, stupid question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Why? Yeah, you got 10 seconds till they engage again. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have an Ashe. There is a realistic chance of you killing this Ashe here. At the very least, maybe you can force her back so she doesn't spam your team so much. Hair check? Oh, okay, Fees. Alright, kid. You know... Alright. Okay. I don't need a trim! I got one weeks ago! Just because I'm not like, you know, like... Buzzcut Berry over here. Give me a break, kid. Idiot. Yeah, there's no drawback to throwing a sleep here. You're gonna have it by the time the fight starts. There's no threat of dive. Using your Ryan shield to poke at Ashe. Nice. You're on Reaper now. Ah! No, silly goose. Nano, use Zarya or Reaper probably.
No bubble.
Ashe 1. Double.
Would have been nice to know that they were on Zombra. How come we didn't know they're on Sombra, Baggins? Yeah.
Sombra on point. You TP'd out.
Oh, I'm off high ground. I got knocked down.
No, sleep for that.
I was behind cart. The other bobs are fighting right now.
You're down 3. I do.
Cart.
No.
Again, I really want you, like, I want you to, if you can, to get off of cart. If you can get up to top high ground here or play like the back corner, there's so much, or like hustle into here. Like as Ana, you never want to just be standing in these awkward out in the middle of the nowhere zones. If we go back a little bit to where we get a good sightline on this, like here's where you want to be. You want to be here, 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 or here, way in the back. You don't want to be here. This is like the no-no zone. You know what I'm saying? Like you do not play here. You want to get to as quickly as you can to these locations, and then you play from those locations. You cannot stand out in the open middle.
Take top.
This is the same concept as when I said you need to clear high ground as a team earlier. It's the same concept, but it's on an individual level. Get off the floor.
Down fire, high ground.
Overshare this fight, we can do an early bob. No bubble.
Ashe 1. Double.
Bobbing.
Monkey.
Sombra on point. You TP'd out.
Oh, I'm off.
Like right now, do you see the opportunity you have here? You missed a sleep on Sombra, unfortunate. Right now, you have an opportunity to go inside this room here, and then you could see. And the thing is like you don't just want to be in the middle of the action because it's more dangerous for you. But do you feel the chaos right now, chat? I want to turn up the volume just a little bit, and I want you to just pay attention to the chaos. Listen.
Oh, I'm off high ground. I got knocked down.
No, sleep for that.
Sleep.
I was behind cart. The other bobs are fighting right now.
You're down 3. I do.
Cart.
Does that not just feel stressful? That's because you can't see, like, if you play here, you keep everything in front of your LOS, and as long as you are cautious of Ashe sightlines, you're going to be good. Think about that in comparison to this here. Remember this positioning here? If you play here, again, the same concept. You have everything in front of you, right? But you don't have Ashe LOS.
How is it my 18-month when I did my 17 like
I don't know, Cody. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. That what you're doing there is the equivalent of you playing like here as Ana. And you're getting shot here, and you got somebody over here that needs healing, and somebody over here needs healing. Get out of the middle of the fight. Get out. Out.
Monkey's on me in back. He's...
Is this the next fight? I'm thinking the right next. Yeah. Probably Nano, Yuzaria, Reaper. Your Ryan is gonna have a hard time shooting anything or swinging on anything.
Sombra's
Or
on me.
even your Ashe.
Someone behind me. I got.
You're out one.
Monkey's on me in back. He's nanoed.
He's one.
I have 2 on me.
Yep.
Let me watch this again.
Sombra's on me.
Someone behind
Nano, Yuzaria.
me. I got.
But you guys don't have high ground. You're not. You're going straight to cart. You're not even taking the time to clear high ground and then dropping the cart. You're just going straight to cart, and the Ashe is just murdering you from high ground. If you have time and you're on a team, clear the high ground. Because remember, they like using high ground, but against a team that has a Ryan shield, they can't stay high ground. If you go up top here with your Ryan and you just shield here and walk across here, and obviously watch for ball boops, like their Ashe has to drop. She can't stay high ground.
You're out one.
Monkey's on me in
You could go high ground, leave your Ashe and Zarya up there, drop your Ryan to cart, and then their Ashe can't go high ground anymore.
back.
And neither can their monkey, and neither can their ball.
He's one.
I mean, their ball technically could, but like you get the idea.
You're out one.
He wants to.
Lotho Sackville Baggins. Yeah, I'm more of a Bilbo Baggins. I think he's got more personality. Why no sleep, Nano Monkey? I think there was a little bit of panic involved there. Fight was already lost, though.
Nothing else.
Maybe Tort.
What are you guys playing? Looks like full brawl, right? Yeah, so this is full brawl. This is like dive brawl. This is like scuffed metacop right now. Fast tempo, kill squishy targets. You can kill tanks too with a Reaper. Going hard, going fast, and you're either doing nothing or you're doing something. Basically. You're either completely hiding, taking no damage because you guys literally have no spam. No spam, no spam, no spam, no spam, no spam. Yeah. And then you're all in. Right, you're all in. So avoid taking spam, going hard. You can damage. Remember when we went over the Moira review with Aiden yesterday? You can either damage orb the squishy target that you're diving, or you can heal orb to sustain. Either one is fine. It really depends on like what you're diving. Like if it just depends on what you're diving. Let's put it that way. You can spam damage orbs for ult charge as long as you're between fights. But if a fight is about to happen, you don't want to use your orb because it will get sent out, healed up, and then you go in, but you're down your orb. So try and match your orb to when you're going in, unless you're just doing it for early poke. Same logic with nade. Okay, what are they on?
Ashe, boosted Ashe on him.
Boosted Ashe Ana. Your comp can crush their comp. Your comp can do very well in this comp. We in scrims, for a period of time, Sheer Cold was defending with a very similar comp to this, a Winston comp with dive, and we were rolling teams running snipers on this map, like full holding them. Good teams. So this comp can work, but you just need to AFK. You AFK, you take no damage until you go in. Take no damage. Your ball is in. This is bad. You should be doing nothing. This is also bad. I see your D.Va peeking out and shooting. She's feeding ult charge, giving away her positioning. That means nothing. Unless you're purposely trying to build Cole so you can dive like here, I guess. You should not be taking damage.
They're spawning right now.
Okay.
Like, look at that. You just had to waste a heal orb. And now she's hacked. And now they're diving your hack D.Va who's split, taking damage.
Help her. Get the monkey if you can.
Wait, I'm back now. I'm back now.
AFK, 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 AFK. Find where and when you want to dive and then go in. Who is your D.Va? Shame. 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 Shame on you.
They hacked me so I couldn't get out.
Yeah.
Your ball just needs to AFK and hide or play with you.
Okay,
All right, you guys ready? You guys ready?
going. There's on a
Yeah, you guys need to be going for squishies, man. Stop calling Monkey. Like, Monkey's okay, but he's just gonna jump away. You're running Tracer and Moira and stuff. But at what cost? You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys go in without even knowing who or where you're diving. Like, your ball has already slammed and left, and now you're going in. Like, where's your Tracer? Where's your D.Va? You could have waited for mech. Like, I know I sound like a broken record here, but like, that sucks.
Mercy.
As bad as that was, as shameful, painful, and miserable as that was, you still win the fight because you actually pressed W for once in your life. You let them come into a kill zone, and then you dove. It was terribly executed, it was shameful, embarrassing, and I want to gouge my eyes out with a rubber spoon. I don't know why I said rubber spoon, but it worked because you actually played to the comp strengths.
They have a Tracer now instead of Ash.
Alright.
Tracer high ground.
D.Va, please stop feeding. Your D.Va needs to stop hooking.
She's main. I'm gonna mine.
Nah! Your team has a problem with not doing anything, or with doing nothing.
Monkey.
Why are we calling Monkey? You seem a little bit slow in the fade button sometimes. What's happening is you guys are getting poked out because you're feeding, and then they dive you, and they're like, oh, we should dive them, but because you're already half HP because your entire team is brain dead, it's over.
They're gonna be Nano.
It's not just about taking time, it's about doing nothing. Scouting with your ball, and then going in.
Yeah. They're gonna monkey.
Look at this. These are your targets. Or, you know, honestly, you could dive Monkey, for sure.
To our back line.
They don't...
Yep.
Not to a target.
We gotta go now.
Going.
Mercy and Tracer up top.
Anna is on cart. Oh, you needed to fade that.
Up top.
Like, I would have faded, like, not just fade the EMP, I would have faded the slam, because you're slammed and you're on point. You're slammed, you're on point, and you're about to land in mine. So, like, obviously EMPing fade here, or fading EMP here would have been good, but you should have just faded in general. Like, this is like the second or third time you've been slow in the fade. Poops. Don't damage orb, you already have ult charge. You don't, that's not even good scouting either.
Use it by 2.
Tracer's coming to spawn.
Ball.
She's gonna pulse.
Baggins! Press the button! Push the skill!
Use it by 2.
Tracer's coming to spawn.
Push it now! Push it now! Now! Push it now!
Ball.
She's gonna pulse.
Stopper's half. Stopper.
Use the skill button! You're being dove as Moira!
On cart.
You could also make the argument there that you're probably pushed up a little too far. I saw 2 of your teammates in the spawn.
On cart. We go on cart.
I'm behind him.
Put on your Lucio.
Nah, why are you guys getting dove by solo divers? You're Lucio and you have just died to dive twice in a row. Poop! 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 Poop!
First one.
Poopy.
Guys are even.
You're not even. Fade!
Thank you, my friend.
You're driving me to drink, man. I'm pretty sure this much water is not healthy. Help me. Oh, bless. I've never seen a Moira averse to the fade button. Usually it's like, why are you fading that? That's not lethal at all. I'm like, you're dead. And oh my gosh, this is like 4 times in a row. Cracked coach. Oh, hey Zeno. So Yuri KW. Oh my gosh, dude.
Down. No heals.
I mean, it's just, it's fine, but like, I don't even know. It's just like you just forgot. You must have been tired. You must have been tired because like even my moderators aren't that dumb.
I can beat us on the point here. Try to stick one of their tanks if you can, or the mercy.
Wait, did I get hosted? Oh, Zeno, thanks for the host, man. Appreciate it.
Alright, go.
Should not have been. This shouldn't be happening. She's going again. She's going in by herself. Like, congrats, you got the stick, but your recall got forced, and now you don't have any blinks either. This is a good result of doing a bad thing, but it's still a bad thing. Like, you could have gone for the same stick now, and it would have been even easier to land because the Mercy's not paying attention to you. Ha, Nana on the summer, and she's out. Poggers. Chat. My brain is just fatigued from being so big. Is it Xeno or Zeno? I feel like I'm butchering it. Was Xeno the summer? Yeah, if Xeno was the summer, I don't I don't know. I think he was. Or she, I don't even know. See? This doesn't happen if you like properly time your engage.
Mine's on point.
Monkey.
Help, Reaper. Help.
Oh, we pressed the shift. Visual bug? Or actually fading? I'm not sure which.
They're gonna have monkey ult. I think no, switch.
I don't know why you heal orb that, but okay. Visual bug, yeah. Please damage orb. Please damage orb. You should be damage orbing now. Like, I think you have time. I feel like you have time. Like, you're so close to Cole. I think that the extra 8% matters, man. I mean, you can't really orb now because stuff's happening. Yeah! Nice. Nah. I also don't like how split your... Yeah. I'm so torn because you're a little slow on the spray, but I don't think you right-click Reaper there. I think is fine. Like, yeah, because you're not gonna be able to heal through that. You need to just get him out.
You're gonna lose your Lucio.
Why did you heal orb that?
Back out,
Marcus!
Marcus.
That's a fun name. All right. No more puff. No more puff. You got Cole. Everybody's full. You're low in resource. Chill. All right. I don't like how you're positioning here. Like, I want you up here. Like, find your Reaper, find your D.Va or Winston. Like, I don't like you being on cart. You're like, do you see this? This is 9. 9. No. Get up there. Go. Please. I beg of you. I know you're worried about cart, but let somebody else in your team that's more mobile deal with that. Please.
On a main, I'm going on it.
Going on you, Marcus.
Coming on it.
Ball on your Lucio.
Ha! Another heal orb. Okay. Okay. Weird heal orbs and weird positioning for sure. At least you're pressing your shift. Again, bless me. Look at you, using the fade button again. Yeah, I know, Veloton. I'm trying to cut the man some slack, you know? Heal orb that, sure.
They have 3 up top right now.
Ah! Your D.Va is feeding so much. Puff. Okay, save resource. I guess, I mean, don't puff, good. Aww. Shoot. Okay. With your Moira, mostly your positioning, I think, was the biggest thing. Like the Faye thing just looked like just sheer fatigue. Maybe that and the heal orb thing. Like a couple times you're just like throwing your heal orb at a target that's like coming towards you. A couple heal orbs at the end, obviously low in resources, a lot of like critical tanks, totally fine. But you did not need the heal orb a couple times. And then, like I said, the positioning was a major thing. Like you need to be with your team, like actually doing something. It felt like in the first 5 to 6 seconds of fights, you weren't doing anything because you weren't near anybody. And I understand playing with dive is a little confusing, but pick something, pick somewhere. Don't just stand there. Yeah, you feel like you're on Ana mode. Yeah, okay. That is all. Do you have any questions? Okay, next VOD. We're on Seth now. Last VOD, probably. Holy cow, there's more VODs. Oh, how many more VODs do I have after today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm doing 3 a day and I'm still not catching up. 2700, Route 66 Tracer. I submitted a pretty good win. Thought I did really well. I want to point since I made mistakes, Tracer. Okay. Alright. Yay? Okay. Okay, is this what you roll out on? Okay, so basically, here's the deal. Both teams are playing relatively, like, well, no. You're running snipers. Your team is more of a spammy brawl type. Their team is more of a divey spam type. Basically, all you need to worry about as Tracer is think, okay, I'm not gonna have anybody diving with me or pressuring with me, so all I really need to do is pay attention to when my Reinhardt's going in. When my Reinhardt is going in and taking space, I could be spamming people out. Now, your priority targets is obviously the Ana and Widow, if you can get there. But the thing is because the enemy composition is not running a D.Va, they're not really running a hard shield, you can and should, if you see an opportunity, pressure Winston, pressure Hog. Like that's the nice thing about Tracer. She's very flexible with what she can shoot. She generally wants to not shoot tanks. Karada 1010, thank you for the fall. But it depends. Like right now, if you can get around to the Ana, to the Widow, and pressure them, that's obviously your highest value target. But you're flexible. You could shoot Doomfist, you could shoot Roadhog, you could shoot Winston. All I want you to be doing is focusing on making sure that you're doing things from good angles and doing things at the same time as when your Ryan is taking space, or at the same time when their Winston is going in. Because if the Winston goes in and you shoot the Ana, Winston and Roadhog can't help the Ana. You synchronize your pressure. Huffle Clown, thank you for the fall. What star is this? This is Plat, 2700. What am I reviewing? Chronological order. The only reason I jumped ahead to Baggins was because Baggins has a official match in just a couple days, so he wanted to get priority. But chronological order. With the exception of if I already have reviewed a hero, I will save it for next day. So like, Fine was supposed to be reviewed yesterday, but we already did a D.Va yesterday, so I put it on hold. A little bit of an early recall. I don't like to see this, though. There we go. Remember, a lot of younger players especially struggle with this. Does Seth need to get kills here? Is it important that Seth picks off the Widowmaker? Not really, no. Like, getting picks is not just simply killing people. Getting picks is a result of multiple members of your team working together, usually accidentally, and getting kills. For example, if you, like, look at what's happening here. If this Winston dies, it's going to be because your Zenyatta hits a headshot, your Reinhardt shields the Zenyatta getting the headshot, the Winston's not getting healed because the Tracer's on the backline distracting the Ana and the Mercy and the Roadhog. So in a way, in the Zarya, let's say, maybe he's going to bubble the Reinhardt in so that he can take space so that your Zenyatta can take a shot. So in reality, it would be like a 4-man dive crew, or a 4-man team. Reinhardt shielding his Zenyatta, Zarya allowing the Reinhardt to push forward, and then your Tracer preventing the Winston from getting heals, and then the Zenyatta actually getting the kill. But it's like multiple things happening at the same time. So why I say this is because if you go in right now, if we look at this from a third-person perspective, this is why I love replays, is you can look at this from what are you actually doing? Look at your Reinhardt. Your Reinhardt is there. There's a brawl going on. Now look at what happens. Look at the body language of the enemy team. Do you see where the enemy team is holding right now, chat? Look at where's the fight happening? Right here. Now watch from the third person perspective of how this actually shifts as Sept goes in. Watch. Mercy turns. Hog turns. Doom turns. Do you see it? Ryan takes space. Winston's low. Hog pursues. Do you see this, chat? This isn't just, oh, your monkey's bubble broke. This monkey's not getting healing. There's no damage on the front lane at all right now. The Roadhog's not even standing there at all. Did you see the shift? So again, we go from here. From here. In the space of a couple seconds. It's maybe a little early, but I don't think it's that early. I think it's fine. Do you see how this happened? Do you see this? Does this make sense? Like your presence, you pressuring, and you staying alive here has shifted the fight from being in an awful choke to them giving up the choke almost single-handedly. Look at this. Look how much better this is for your Zenyatta now and for your Widowmaker now. Thanks to you. Now all you have to do is not die. Like this, incredibly risky. What's the danger of this right here? Do you see? I mean, you can't not see. I mean, it's not just slept by Ana. Again, do you see the problem here? What's the problem here, chat? On a macro level, what's the problem here? Well, it's not just your team. Like, yes, your team is backing off a little bit, but it's not just your team. You're going in too early, but also you're literally in the middle of the enemy team. You want to avoid this. Sometimes you go in for a quick pulse bomb, so maybe you go in to finish off a low HP target. But generally, this is not what you want to do. So what I would do instead is stay away from the middle of the enemy team, play on the outskirts, and right now your recall is forced. Where should you be going, Seth? You have one blink. Where should that blink go to? Remember, you want cover and you want to stay away from the middle of the enemy team. Right, yeah, you have two options. You either go here and run away from Hog, or you go inside here and run away from Hog and get the Mega. One or the other. I would probably go Mega. But instead, you go back into the enemy team all the way this way. Now, is this a bad position for you to be now? No, it's not as good as you being here or here, but it's okay. But the problem is how you got there. You went right through the middle of the enemy team. Like you just like, it's like trying to cross the street in the middle of like rush hour. It's basically what you just did. Like a lot of Overwatch is just common sense. Like you don't have to play Overwatch to know that that's probably not your best bet. Again, is our timing correct? I would say yes. I would say maybe even we're a little bit late, and we're a little bit late because we took a bad angle. We took a bad escape route. Those melees are annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I am not a fan. Yeah. So your team is dead. Unfortunate. Go next. So what ended up good finished poor, what started good ended up poorly because you went in a bad angle, took you out of the fight, risked your life, and then made you very late to actually contribute. Because you did the right thing immediately afterwards, you go back and start pressing on Widow again, but because you went in a wrong pathing, it took you like 4 or 5 seconds too long to contribute again. And so because of that, your team was playing 5v6 for way longer than they should have. Was that a good distance to be shooting from? I honestly was not paying attention to that whatsoever. Probably not, but I wouldn't worry so much about that. Wait. Probably a little early here, right? But go back. Again, do you see the problem, chat? Do you see the problem? Does this man have his priorities right? Mostly, yes. Again, do you see the problem? Would it be worth the blink on top of big girls? Yes. Do you see the problem? It's the second time we've made this error. Yeah, you're right again. Like, and the problem is because your angle is bad because you're up here, and like instead of like here or blinking on top of big Earls as was suggested or playing here, because of that, you're not only risking getting killed, but do you see how expensive this engage was? You had to use a blink just to get to her. Not even to actually engage, but just to get to her. Major Midget, I think, released a Tracer guide recently. And the concept is basically, you don't want to use your blinks to move. You want to use your blinks to duel. If you have to use your blinks to get to a target, 90% of the time that's going to be a mistake. Not every time, but 90%. And so now you have one blink where you should have been to begin with. And you blink out even further now. And so now, like, we just take so long. Ah, come on now, Seth. Come on now, Seth. You're doing it again. You're doing it again. I don't know if it's just panic, but you panic and then you run through the middle of the enemy team. You see this? Is this bad? Yes. Are you nervous of Widow? Maybe. Where should you run if you're nervous from Widow? Probably back this way and go up the stairs, or play underneath, or play from here. What you do not do is what you do here. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No. This is more dangerous, less effective, and means that you're going to take even longer to get back into the fight. No. Do you not see the risk here? You keep running through the middle of the enemy team because their staging is bad. I want you on the outside looking in, angles, outside looking in. You are literally, you are like, I want you to take take a paper plate, right? And you know the little ridges on the outside? Those are all the millions of different little angles that you could be attacking from. And just pick one. What's the easiest one? What's the one that has high ground? What's the one that has the best cover? What's the one that's going to let you get to the Widow instead of shooting the Reinhardt? And just pick one. That was not Chip's unlucky. You could have sat blinked inside. Instead you blinked into the punch. You actually blinked into it. That melee's on, man. Seth! You have blinks! Use them to dodge hooks! Definitely did not need that. I'm not paying attention to what's going on here. What do we think, chat? What do we think? Let's stay on topic here. What do we think? Yeah, timing is good, but like the timing has always been pretty decent so far in this VOD. It's been the positioning, right? I think this is good. You know, obviously, you know, it being on Ana and Mercy is a bonus, but it doesn't always have to be Ana and Mercy. You're not here, right? You're not here. You're outside. You can see everything that you need to see. Good stuff. Poggers. Now you just chill. Just chill and shoot. Unfortunate. Probably should not have invested that heavily on a res. Or, you know, obviously getting hooked there kind of sucks. I'll give you 20% unlucky, dude. But definitely was outplayable. And the only reason I'm not going hard on you is because in one aspect you did a lot better there. Okay, let's see again. Timing and positioning, timing and positioning, timing and positioning. Timing and positioning. Is our timing good? What do we think about our timing? Timing good, bad? What do you think? Yeah, I mean, your Ryan's taking a space, your Zarya's walking up, you're pressuring tanks. Right? Which is why our Ana friend is scoped. Oh my gosh, chat, wait. Wait, you can actually see her eye. Is that just me? Oh wait, maybe that's just me. Do you see how that looks like an eye, like right there? Kind of creepy. Anyway, she's scoped in because your team is taking a fight, and so she's hard focused, right? What about the positioning, guys? What do we think about the positioning? Yeah, it's good. You're on an angle. You're not necessarily on the back line, literally 180 degrees behind them. You don't need to do that as Tracer. You just need to be on an angle, which is exactly what you are. You're on an angle. You're on the outside looking in. The hog's not going to hook you. You can see everything. Totally fine. Nice job. Very nice job guarding the corpse. Beautiful job. Right now, I'd probably focus monkey and cart. You don't need to overextend here. Wait, like right now, you're thinking, I'm going to 1v1 this hog. But if you think about it, if you just help your team with a monkey and tracer, you don't need to 1v1 hog. Because then your team will push up and then you can 3v1 hog. So right now, I would focus as tracer instead of chasing these kills right here. Just focus on helping your team clean up. Don't risk your life here. Yeah, see, that's just unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary. Like, you're letting him take a 1v1, something that Roadhogs are really good at, instead of just cleaning up the point and then taking the fight with the hog later. Like, you guys end up having to commit trance. Like, yeah, that's just really not, that's not good. That's not good. The monkey still survives. Like, look at this monkey here. He's literally 2 HP. He survives because you're not helping, because you're egoing in a hog. He gets out, you die, and then you're not actually able to clean up the tracer and card. So, like, positioning, timing, all good there, guarding the body, great, but then you overextend instead of just helping your team. Like, you go greedy. It's just the mindset of, like, and this is not just for tracer chat. If you're up a couple of picks, if you're up, got a couple of kills, don't greed. Just be a good team player. Because the only way you lose fights where you're up by 1 or 2 is if you greed. Just be a team player and you win the fight. You were Discord, so you thought you had to focus him? Yes, but look, you have to know where your team is. Your team is still back here, so you have to focus the team. Discord doesn't always imply, like, everybody has to be shooting that target. Like, you could just look, oh, use your eyes. Gee, there's nobody else with me. Nobody. And this has gone from a very, very easily won fight to a fight that's very, very losable now. Nice. Don't overextend. Don't overextend. Don't overextend. Don't overextend. Don't overextend. Don't overextend. Ah, come on, Seth. Like, this keeps happening. There's people on cart. Your teams are fighting a Tracer. Your team is dealing with an Ana. This is stuff, like, you could be, you're egoing this hog. Again and again and again. Like, I get the challenge is good, I'm sure, but, like, it's not just about being mechanically better. It's about making better decisions, and you are making bad decisions. This Tracer has now killed 3 people. And now this fight is lost again. So your positioning and timing on the first engage, the last 2 fights has been really good, but then you've compensated by being absolutely atrocious in the cleanup. Is she just old after being stuck? She probably thought that she could dodge the pulse. She saw the pulse animation, she's like, I'm going to die, press Q, and then, you know, just reacted too slow. Nice. I mean, he's not even looking at you because you're engaging the same... excuse me. Same time as your team. Don't ego hog, please. I mean, at this point, it's just cleanup, right? Just take the easy kills. Champagne share, everything to follow. Nice. Hey, Valk, okay. Like, look at that. Kree can't flashbang and headshot you if you're behind, if you're not behind your Ryan, but you're with your Ryan. Fine. You can also make the argument that you marking Tracer would be valuable. I don't want to get too complicated for you, but marking Tracer might actually be pretty valuable because look at your tank line. Your team has more damage than they do. Hog does a lot of damage, but he doesn't do as much damage as a Reinhardt Zarya, and you got a ball backline. So if they engage with ball Tracer and you just puppy guard your Zenyatta, you're gonna win fights. So don't worry super much about it, but like definitely something you could think about. I don't love your, not again, but I don't love your angle here. Look at this here. Where should you be, Seth? Where should you be? Where should he be, chat? Zip, I humiliated you on YouTube last night. I think we fought like 4 or 5 times, and I only won once, but you bet your bottom that that's the one I put on. That's what you get for posting cheap copy pasta, man. Walmart brand. Yeah, behind. Yeah, like you were already here. Like, just keep going around. Come here. Shoot this way. You know, or come this way, or come this way, you know? Like, you already had your angle set up, and then you crossed, like this right here is predictable for the hog, like, that's why he hooked you here, but it's not even where you were at the most risk. You were at the most danger, arguably, like, right here, when you're blinking in front. Yeah, you kidding me, dude? I killed Zip File one time, I'm keeping that thing on file for months. It was May. That's like you know, when you sucker punch, you know, Muhammad Ali back in 1973. You better believe I'm keeping that picture, keeping that video. You know, I want my posterity to go, oh my gosh, look how good he was. All right, yeah. Anyway, yeah, you just like you blink right in front of the enemy team to go set up a different angle that's like factually worse, like completely, like absolutely worse. instead of just like keeping going around this way. It's a good prediction hook. So I'm not gonna grief you too much, but it's a like you die as a result of you making a bad positioning decision. Iffy angle. You blink right in. That's a little sketch. Obnoxious tracer blink noise. Just kill the tracer. That's it. Don't worry about the hog. Be careful, be careful, be careful! Be careful! Please don't overextend here. Please do not die. I know you're doing a lot right now. You're doing a lot. You're baiting a lot of attention. Just survive. Just survive. Just survive. Alright, whatever. Okay. So mostly your issue has been, your timing has been good. You've been much better at paying attention to like going in with your tanks, going in with your team, and it's led to you getting numerous kills that were just because the enemy target was distracted. Trigger discipline, shaky. Not been great, but I don't want to focus on it too much because it's been slightly better and I think there's bigger fish to fry. For you, it's mostly been you're overextending in fights that are already won to try and get greedy kills instead of just helping clean up with your team. And then you're not taking good angles. You're blinking through the middle of the enemy team to set up your angles instead of walking around. Like taking your time to walk around. Seth. Yeah, like you're going in so far in their spawn. Like, why? You don't need to do this. Your team isn't fighting here. Like, if your team's fighting here, sure, but like, no. And now you're already backing out. Like, your Ryan's going in and you're backing out. You get the kill on the Echo, but that's just raw mechanics. You just out mechanicked her. You don't get a thumbs up from me for that. By the way, if you are having a really hard time finding angles as Tracer, think of it this way. If my Ryan wants to fight here as Tracer, I'm going to be playing right here and just shooting from an off angle. I can't go backline really. There's really nowhere to hide. There's really nowhere for me to play. So I play like a budget soldier on an off angle. So if you have a really hard time finding angles, just play slightly off angle from your Ryan and just shoot tanks and look for picks on squishies. Don't worry about it. Sometimes it is really hard. Like right now, if your Ryan's playing here, there isn't really a lot of options for you. So just adjust. Just play here. It's fine. Prevent the Widow from doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna like murder the backline, but you'll get stuff done. You unequip the comic book skin. You don't like Defense Tracer most maps for that reason? Alright. Like right now, you do not have to force going inside here. Right now, you can absolutely play right here or right here and get a lot done. I promise you. Because this is a very expensive engage. You have no escape here. You're not going to get away. Like, look. You see this? You're over-investing to get to backline. If you can't get to backline, Seth, it's okay to off-angle. Why you can play with Ryan do stuff? So basically, think of it this way, Seth. Is it reasonable or safe for you to be able to get to backline in this current position? Can you get to backline here? Can you get to backline here? Safely and consistently. Not really, no. So your only other option, you have two options. One, you go in and feed really aggressively, really greedy and try and kill backline. I don't recommend that. Because if you don't get the kill, you're stuck, right? There's nowhere to run to. Or you go, okay, I'm not going to play Reaper and just stand behind my Reinhardt, but I can like angle from behind cover and shoot Monkey like this. I can off angle. So you play like, you just play a more conservative Tracer. That's all there is to it. You play the same way. You take angles, right? You pressure with your team, but you just play not in the backline. Like your angles aren't here. Remember the paper plate analogy? You're not angling here. You're just angling here, right? Because right now, think about this. You could break Monkey Bubble. You could kill Monkey very easily. If this Widow gets really aggressive on an angle that she tries to take, you could 1v1 her and be safe still because you could still run back this way. But right now, you're all in. You're all in. And it's very, very, very risky. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Does that make more sense? If it doesn't, don't be afraid to ask again, because I can explain it. I might call you a dum-dum, but I can explain it. Okay. It's just basically, I can't get the backline. I'm on Tracer, so I'm gonna have to find a better angle. Like, there's like somebody in chat said, like this, if you're going to spawn camp them, which is a legitimate strat in Route 66, Tracer and defense feels pretty sketch, right? Like, you'd probably be better off playing Reaper or Cree. Now, obviously, you didn't anticipate them spawn camping, and even if they did, you can, like, Tracer's fine now, but yeah. I don't know what you're doing. Your team isn't spawn. They're all focusing you. I don't know what you're doing. Wait. Like, they're all looking at you. Like, what else do they have to do? This is terrible. This is terrible. Hey, Ajat. Don't risk your backline. If you don't risk your life, you can't get backline safely. Yes. That's it. Okay. Hog just does that. Oh, ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. I can't blame you for that much. Like, the angle and the movement, like, I definitely would have blinked. Right. Oh, you didn't have blink. Yeah, your movement there wasn't great. But I can't really blame you because you have no frontline presence whatsoever, which means this Echo can just 180 and focus you. So your tank line gets murdered, so unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, you were able to get to the backline relatively safely, so, I mean, yeah, unfortunate. Nice. Yeah, I'd probably prioritize Echo here. Ooh. And you really like this Hog, don't you? Probably would have prioritized Ryan over there. Or the Echo Ryan. Prevent her from building up her ult. And she's also easier to shoot than the Hog. Less risky. Don't take this. Yeah, just, it's not worth it. Yeah, you did ego this Hog a lot. The problem here, what's the problem, chat? What's the problem? Do you see a problem, chat? What's the problem? I mean, let me get you a bigger picture of why this is a problem. Do you see the problem? Or do you not see? What do you not see? This is actually a better question. You're too far ahead, yep. Like, look at your tank line. Look at your tank line. This is where the fight happens. So you set your angles around where the fight is happening. So for you, you would probably play, you know, like here, or, you know, here, or probably better would be to play somewhere along these lines here, you know, back here. Let them, you're up here by yourself. They've got nothing else better to look at than you. Oof. Seth? What did you do? Brain broke. Yeah, they've got nothing else better to look at. So you might, your Reaper's doing the same thing. This is not a good Death Blossom. He might get a kill off it, but it doesn't make it a good Death Blossom. Where's the follow-up from your Rhine? Where's your Discord? Where's your, you know, I mean, you might get a Zarya bubble and you got Mercy Pocket, but that's not a good Death Blossom. You're 130 ping? Yeah. Either way, unnecessary to even mention it because, like, you just should not have been there. And if you're gonna be there, you better not get found out because you are so far forward. Okay, what do we think? Let's whip out the old third person and check our game sense. Chat, what do we think? Timing, positioning. That's what we're looking at. Yeah, I think this is good. Your timing is good. The Orissa's pushed up. The Mercy's pushed up. The Widow's by herself. You're on a good angle. You know, you're not shooting the Widow from, you know, here, right, in the middle of the enemy team. You're from an angle. You're on the outside. This Widow's dead. Nice job. It's so. Do you see how easily? Do you see just how, like, kills happen? So posture check. Thank you. Me Saucy, thank you for the fall. Like, it's almost like, how is this so easy all of a sudden, right? Do you notice that, chat? You notice how it's like we've gone from fight after fight to where, oh, we're dying, and then all of a sudden we make a good decision, we position ourselves well, and then all of a sudden kills just happen. It's like you sharpen your knife, and then you put it on the watermelon, and it just goes shook, it just drops right through it. Like, how on earth is this so easy, right? Because you sharpen the knife. Fights are just being won almost effortlessly. So, your angle is good. Don't overextend. Remember, what should be your job right now? What should be your job? Like, get on it if you can. But remember, what's your job in this situation? Seth, tell me. Yeah, you get greedy. Be very careful. Don't overextend. Your team will push up. Your team should push up. Yeah, your Ryan's not pushing up. I don't know why he's not. Your Ryan is kind of a coward, so unfortunate. But yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth getting one kill. It's not even worth risking it. Just, if your Ryan pushes up there as he should, you would have cleaned them all up. But if your Ryan doesn't, suck. Don't worry about it. Go next. Be a smart player. Don't blame your Ryan. Very risky. Again, where's your tank presence? And even your angle is more in the middle of the enemy team. It's not a great angle. And now... Okay, just don't lose hope. Like, what if you had to go all the way back to your team? Ooh. Alright, so now we're playing forward. So where should you play, Seth? Oh, wait, now we're not playing forward. This is confusing. Oh, no! Be very careful, be very careful, be very careful, be very careful. Do you see it, chat? Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Instantly punished. Instantly. He's fighting away from his tanks. Not away in terms of like he's not next to his tanks. I'm saying he's fighting without his tanks. Let's put it that way. His tanks are back here. He's fighting up here. And he's in the middle of the enemy team. He's not even angled. So it'd be bad enough if he was doing this from up here. Or he'd be doing this from over here. But he's doing it in the middle of the enemy team and without his tanks. Like, that's the two criteria. Are you doing it with your tanks? Are you doing it from an angle? And you've done neither. You saw 3 squishes and they're like, give me that. Yeah, but they were like the same. Oh, come on, kiddo. Come here. One shot and you're dead. I know you wanted the pulse. But it's going to be easier to land the pulse if you let them come out. And they're distracted. And they're not looking for pulse. They're not thinking about pulse. They're not looking at you at all. Easy pulse. Like, even your Reinhardt right now. Look at this shatter. Look at the shatter. Look at the shatter. The Reinhardt makes the same mistake you've made. How is there no follow-up to the shatter? You know? Like, everybody's not on the same page with where we're fighting. Are we fighting up? Are we playing back? Like, we don't know. The hog is pushing cart. And now there's panic. And you're going to lose this fight. All right, I'm going to stop there. I think the points have been made for the most part. Look for the angles. Not necessarily backline, but angles. Get out of the middle of the fight. Get out of the middle of the fight. And then you really need to keep paying attention to when you're over pursuing for greed, either without your team or when you've already won the fight and you're cleaning up. And then you go and try and get the really high risk, high reward plays. Oh no, Cliff, what have you done? I don't even think he's here. He's just AFK farming points. This right here is a perfect example of why people don't deserve. Thank you for the gifted sub, Cliff. Seth, do you have any questions? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Better, Seth. Like, honestly, for the most part, your engagement timing was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. There's a lot of fights where you single-handedly carried, not even with your mechanics, just by being there. I mean, mechanics, you looked okay. I don't know how much time you spent training it, but it looks okay. I was told they needed to work. I mean, they're not diamond level yet, but like if you spend a lot of time, if you spend another month grinding on your positioning, grinding on, you know, not greeting, your mechanics will be diamond level by the time your positioning is ready for diamond level. You probably don't need 40 minutes of tryhard FFA a day. I don't think you need that much. I'd probably cut that either in half or, you know, 30 minutes instead. But if you're honest with yourself, you could definitely get to diamond with your current mechanics if your positioning and timing were that much better. I promise you. So focus on the stuff that you can control. Like mechanics is just like like obviously you can grind your mechanics, but I always like to try and prioritize the stuff that's a little bit harder, right? Because positioning and timing takes more work to get better at than mechanics do. And mechanics, well, that's not really true. Mechanics just are result, like mechanics are something you're always practicing without even thinking about it, basically. So, yeah. Never thought of timing this whole game? Okay. Well, that's a little bit concerning, but also a little bit encouraging. Because like that should be the goal. The goal should be that the goal with Overwatch is not so that you're able to think of a million things at once, is the fact that some of it just becomes instinct and you just don't really, you just kind of know. Like, oh yeah, I know my team's going in, right? So I guess that's good. I guess.